say, well, abortion is the law of the land because no, abortion is not the law of the land. Supreme Court can't make law. That, at least constitutionally, they cannot make law. They're not authorized to make law. They can rule on certain legal things, but they can't. That precedent does not establish law, constitutionally speaking. Only Congress has the power and the authority to make law. I don't see where Congress has made a law concerning abortion yet. But because of a ruling handed down by the Supreme Court, everybody goes, oh, the law of the land. No, that's not true. That's not so. And I think that the Supreme Court now can, if they're honest, can look back and see where that was wrong. That was a wrong ruling. That needs to be overturned. That ruling was wrong, and we need to set this thing straight. They had to set straight the slavery constitutional rule for slavery that they had made at one point. What's the name of it? We quote it all the time. Now I can't say it, but they had to go back and amend that and change it to outlaw slavery instead. We know slavery was wrong. People in that day, some of them might have known it was wrong. Some of them actually looked at it for whatever reasons, good, bad, pretty ugly, whatever reason, they looked at it as being a legal means of productivity and legal means of income, things like that. Now we look on it now, we say that's absolutely wrong. But in that day, their thought processes were different. Again, doesn't make it right, but we need to understand that people were prone to doing things and make certain judgments, whether they were good or bad judgment. They were prone to do things in that day that we need to understand what the time they were living in. And so tearing down the statues and ripping off the portraits and all these things, those monuments, that is not going to change any of that to happen. Listen, y'all heard this week about the recent discovery concerning Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? Y'all haven't heard it? It's been in the news. Well, it's been I'm sorry, let me backtrack here. It's been in the conservative news outlets, but the mainstream media, they aren't going to say anything about it. They aren't going to cover it. Dr. Martin Luther King, now, and I don't know how true it is. I'm just saying these are some documents that were just released and came out this past week, or past couple of weeks, where he was involved in a rape, in a hotel room, in a gang rape situation. And he was orchestrated practically from what these documents say. Now, I hope that's not true, but if it is true, are we going to go around and tear down all the Martin Luther King statues and portraits? And are we going to go around and rip the street signs that are named after Martin Luther King Drive, Martin Luther King Circle? Are we going to go and change all that? I hope not. Because you can rip all those things off as well, but you're not going to change. If that actually happened, you're not going to change that. It is not going to change what happened. Will it lessen some people's view and outlook on Martin Luther King? Possibly, probably so. But that doesn't take away from the great, I don't say it doesn't take away. It doesn't negate what he did that was good, right, and righteous in the time that he did it in. Now, obviously, even in 1960, he would know something of that was wrong, I would think, for sure. But he and Dr. Billy Graham were best friends at one point. Now, I'm sure Dr. Graham maybe didn't have any kind of knowledge about something like that in those days at that time. But what I'm saying is this. No matter what anybody does in the past, burning their pictures, burning books about them, tearing down any kind of monuments or statues, anything else, that is not going to change what actually happened. It's not going to change any of that. And so according to the Word of God, we also need to understand that, God moved in every age. He's moved on people and moved within people to do certain things and create certain things and act in certain ways. And sometimes, many times, people disobeyed God or they ignored God or whatever the case was. But God gave them that opportunity because he knew that they were walking in ignorance in a lot of cases and in a lack of knowledge. And so God would try to work with them as best he could work with them, depending on where they were and what they knew and all these things.